How's it going, guys? Well, today we're in the bale blind. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I hope that this is coming through good with not too much wind noise, but we're in a bale blind. This is actually where I shot my deer last year, and my son shot his also. Obviously I said in the intro that he ended up not getting his, but this is where he was at. And we're a little bit early. I did some running around this morning, kind of helped my dad out, getting ready for his auction. But if you look, well, if I look to the north of where I'm sitting right now, about 200 yards, 300 yards over is where they always bed. And it makes it kind of difficult to get over to this blind. I found last year that as long as you walk along the grass line up to it, you should be fine. There's a big old mound of dirt that's, I don't know how many years it's been here for, but it kind of covers up as you walk over to it. Last night we had some deer in the blind, or deer in front of the blind at about 6 o'clock. Hopefully tonight that happens. I know what you guys are about to say after I say this, but I put out some corn. I got the feeders full, and I actually put out some pumpkins for them also. This spot right here, you cannot put a food plot. But when the deer really are not making it out to your other blinds, this is the blind that I go to. It's kind of in between their little stop that they make, and then they make it out to where the other blinds are at. So anyways, we're gonna sit here until dark. Hopefully we see something. Last night the 5x5 with the bladed G2s was in here. He was in really late, but we had a bunch of does come in. They were in, like I said, at about 6 o'clock. So this spot right here kind of got to be quiet. Not so much right now. We got 20-25 mile per hour winds, but down in this low spot the trees take up most of that, and you're kind of good in here for wind. It's not too aggressive through here. So anyway, stay tuned. We're gonna see if we can get some deer footage. Hopefully we at least get some does in tonight. I'm not real promised on getting a buck in here, but we have been seeing bucks. They've been on camera. They've daylighted out of nowhere. Only a couple times I actually talked to the taxidermist that I go to yesterday, and he said that his numbers are real low for deer coming in to get mounted. He said a lot of people are saying that their deer just are not daylighting. I think it's a lot to do with the weather that we've had this year. It's not the same as last year. This wind is nice and cool right now, so hopefully that'll get them to come out nice and early tonight. But it is warmer out today than it has been. It's supposed to warm up through the week. I don't have a lot of time to get out and hunt. I'm hoping that I can at least get out another 2 or 3 times before I have to head back to work. And then once I come back, it'll be rifle season with my son, which I'll be doing a bunch of recording on that also. But for now, we're gonna sit here and wait. If I see anything come through, I'll make sure I push record, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'll talk to you guys here in just a bit. He'll come out. We don't really hunt them out here. We let them have a safe haven away from everything. One thing I can't get out here is turkeys, though. And yes, I am self-filming, but I guess since we're sitting here waiting, we did have success on the turkeys. We ended up doubling up on both of our turkeys, Connor and I. we shot 2 turkeys yesterday. It was a good time. We actually know a guy, a good friend of ours. He told us last year that he had a bunch of turkeys on his land. And we went out, watched the turkeys. I actually ended up shooting one this spring, and got a hold of him again here for turkey season, fall turkey season, and he kind of watched them. We went out, my son put up a blind while I was at work, and we ended up going out yesterday morning. I didn't really get to record because it was raining too much, but he'd been watching them every day, which way they went into the coulee. He knew how they were crossing his little piece of land. It's right outside of town, but they cross from his neighbor's land, go through his coulees, and then come up and go into his other neighbor's land on the other side. So we were able to set up a blind, and actually my son went and set it up while I was at work, and then we got 70-mile-per-hour winds and totally destroyed my blind. But I got out there 2 days ago, went and set it back up, and actually put a bag, because it ripped the whole roof apart, and put a bag in there, got it all cinched down and everything, and we went and sat yesterday. And we had 5 toms come in, and we ended up getting 2 of them, so I'll post some pictures, show you guys the turkeys that we ended up getting. But it was kind of a quick ordeal. We really could not record. I didn't want to bring my new camera and everything out with how much it was raining and everything, but we got up in there, we got in the blind, we sat for about 2.5 hours waiting, and just like clockwork, when he said that the turkeys would be coming through, they roosted off on that guy's land, walked through the coulee right past the blind, and we laid the hammer down on 2 of them. So that was pretty cool. That was Connor's first turkey. He's never shot one before, so it was kind of cool to be there with him. But anyways, enough talking. We'll take a little bit more video of the pheasant. He's actually out there eating right now, getting himself some corn. But pretty chilly out. I forgot to bring my other shirt with, and so I might get a little bit cold towards the end of this, but I do have some gloves with. It's a little bit windy still, but if the pheasant can come out in this little low area, I think the deer can come out too, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully they come in. I'll talk to you guys here in a bit. Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm not going to be hunting. I came out here real quick to actually move one of my elevated blinds over. So right behind me I have the blind all set up. I didn't really record a whole lot while I was trying to do all that. I was kind of in a hurry, so I'm going to kind of take you guys through. I got it set up. Everything's kind of put exactly how I want it, but I'm going to show you kind of how the setup is. I'll bring you up inside of it and see what we're overlooking here. As you can see, it's not a hard cased blind or anything like that. It's a pop up on top of a stand. It's actually pretty nice. It's 6 feet up. And I had a blind here last year, and lots of deer came in front of it. Wasn't an issue to that, but set up right next to an evergreen, and we'll climb up inside and take a look. So right now I have the deal set up in here for holding the top from caving in, but alongside of here, this is kind of the open part of my land here. I've got this drainage that runs down through here. There's a slough back inside of there, and big open area through there, all the way down to another slough out in there. And then if you were to look out further off there, there's another slough. And then out in here is our 40 acres that we have tilled up, which my pickup's in it right now, but we got 40 acres right here. And a lot of these deer like to come across. There's a all the way across over there. You can see it right there. That goes all the way down to the river bottom, and them deer, they like to come up, follow that up, and then come out into our field, walk across, go into our sloughs at night. So anyways, this is kind of the setup. Hopefully they're walking down this line like I've been watching them do, and we'll get a nice good shot right out in front or coming along the side right here. But I'll take you guys back behind the blind real quick, because we're actually going to walk over and grab my stick for my camera. So they like to walk right in through right here. They actually have a pretty decent, you can see it, little trail coming through here. They cut into there, and every year there's a nice big trail that comes right in here. As you can see, we got it all torn up right here, and they follow along this. And actually right here, every year, as you can see, trees all broken up, and we got a pretty nice scrape. That wasn't one that I made up, that's from a deer. So but anyways, they like to walk up along here and go along this big old slough that's right here. This slough right here goes all the way down, and all of them like to bed up and all that stuff over there. There's my bale blind right there. And last night, 2 nights ago, they came right out from the west, straight in front of my blind. But we're gonna walk over here. As you can see, they got trails all through this thing. I'm out of shape. I had a camera over here. There was actually quite a few deer that cut right through the center right here. And a lot of the deer, they can't really see me right now. They're way back inside of there. I probably made a little bit of noise here. There's another nice scrape right there. But I'm gonna grab this camera stick real quick. But as you can see, all good bedding through all there, and they sleep out in there. That's where they come from. And there's that dirt hump I was talking about. Kind of keeps you hidden as you get to the blind. But a lot of them sleep out in this stuff. So anyway, figured I'd give you guys a look at what we're dealing with here, and I'm gonna go put this camera up. I was thinking about putting it next to a scrape, but I think what I'm gonna do is keep it on that trail coming off the field like I had last year, and probably get some pretty good footage out in there. The only thing that kind of sucks is it takes them so long to get across that field over to me that it's usually dark by the time they get over there. But just to have a nice observation blind set up, that's nice. So last year, if you can see that green post right there, that's where I had the camera last time. And look right, this is where the trail kind of comes in at right there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on with that and gonna tuck this thing right here on the old edge. Punch her into the ground and turn her this way a little bit. Yeah. Can you guys see me? Alright, well, I'm going to get this camera hung and I'm going to get out of here. That way I can get home and hang out with the family a little bit, and then I'll see if I decide to go hunting tomorrow. I don't think we'll sit in this blind, but this is a kind of an east wind, northeast wind, even north will work. But anyways, I'll see you guys here in a bit. Hopefully we have some luck here soon. Talk to you guys later.